Maybe no one will see it and we don't even have to worry about it.
Maybe.
It'll go unnoticed, no problem.
It could be a thing.
Yeah, you know, that would be fine. I have too
Alright.
many things open.
You ready?
All right. Wait, one more second. I'm sorry. It's just so much. The thing was I didn't restart this computer before getting going. So it's like still like a little slow because I'm ridiculous and I always have like 37,000
What's happening?
tabs
I
open.
have it open in whoops.
You have it open in like multiple windows.
No, I had the YouTube video to check the link. So then I was like, wait, what's that? We're doing the delay again. Wait, this conversation happened already.
This is our lives now. Give 5 clickety here.
All right.
Gosh, this is a fun experiment, Laddie. Oh, that's not how you work things. I like tried to tweet by hitting enter, and that's not how that works.
I already tweeted. Oh, you're tweeting it on your own?
Like from my account.
Oh, I can retweet it.
Because why not? Go big or go home. Okay, there's my Evernote. Okay. There's a... Okay, I didn't post it on the Fancave page because my computer's being too slow. Do you want to try doing that? You can like copy and paste mine. What an adventure! Hey. Where'd my Evernote go?
Oh, it's weird. Whatever.
What happened?
No, we got it. We're good. We're golden.
Yes. Let's do this thing. I was really confused because I could hear an airplane. Since I live under an airport, I was like, "What? Why does it sound so muffled?" I was like, "Oh, that's your airport."
That's me.
In my old home stomping grounds.
Indeed.
Oh, please don't do what I think I... No!
What happened?
I just accidentally closed my like actual Google Chrome window with everything in it. I'm the worst. How do I get a new one? New one, please. Nice. Oh, hey, nice tweet there. Looks good.
I don't want to brag, but kind of awesome.
Yeah, you're kind of a tweet expert.
I'm kind of like really good at Twitter.
Yeah, you're like kind of nailing it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, let me get my Evernote back, and then life will be good again. Oh my god, everything's running so slow. Okay. I'm sorry, computer.
It's not shiny.
I took a picture last night at the Bayside show. My sister took a picture of me with the lead singer, as you saw the bumming a cigarette photo. Yeah. And like the actual photo, like I had to find a filter that could take it away because for some reason I think it's just there's like a light shining straight down, and my face is just like glowing. It's ridiculous. Like why? No, why? I'm like I finally get to meet Anthony Ranieri. I've been waiting for this for like over a decade, and I mean, just in general, the picture's ridiculous. I'm leaning forward so I look way big, and I'm like super enthusiastic, and he's like chill, like, and my face is doing a thing. So yeah, that happened. Okay, almost there. Evernote, sign in. You have your Evernote?
I do have mine
there. Great. Let's jump in and say, hey, this is happening because this is part 2, so it'll be attached to last week's if I can ever get it to work.
Or we'll just have a backup of fan caves forever and no one will ever see them.
I know. You get a special quadruple episode of the Fan Cave. Woo!
It's 18
That's
hours.
How we roll now. You can road trip from one side to the other while listening to the Electric Fan Cave. You're welcome.
Yay! All right.
This is what everyone's been waiting for. Okay, so, all right, here we go. All right, everybody. Episode 74.2.
You're like 100% frozen on me. Is that a problem?
Fancave.
Super warbly. Can you hear me?
Oh, no. Is that a problem? I think that is a problem. That's probably bad. Am I still frozen?
Yep. In a different position now. You just kind of keep doing
fine.
like...
I'm just messing around, as you do. Let me see. Oh, this is a different interface. And internet. Let's see here. Settings. M11G connected. That looks good. The bars are full. I may have to tell my sister to stop watching Netflix.
Probably.
I'm going to be a jerk. I'll be right back.
You whore.
Yes, baby.
Floating. Movies.
What's happening?
Make it stop! Gosh darn it! No!
What's happening?
What?
Thinking about how's work.
Are you talking? What's happening? Oh, hey, hey, Kia. It's good. It's work.
Yeah.
How about you? How long have you been home for? Weren't you just somewhere else?
Like a day. I've been home for a day. I was gone for like 2 weeks. I went to Seattle. Before that, I was in Boston.
FYI, this is the live broadcast.
Oh, nice. So anyway.
I don't think anybody's actually watching it.
Live broadcast.
Could you hear him all right? Was everything good?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Beautiful. I just unplugged the Chromecast because my sister was having trouble. Okay, so now I think we're ready to actually try this again and make it happen.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah. All right, here we go. A millionth time is the charm, as they say, as the saying goes. Okay, so hey, everybody. It's episode 74.2. of the Electric Fan Cave. That's right, another double episode for you because technology is the worst. And I'm still having troubles with last week's episode, but somehow, some way, I will get it to you. And it'll be connected to this one, which is a live broadcast on the Google Hangout. So if you happen to stumble across this one way or another, hey, how's it going? And thanks for being here. Yeah, Kristen, how's it?
Hey, Corey, it's good. Good. It's great. It's going great. It's great. It's good. This is fun. I'm a little nervous. I feel like we're on live TV, even though I know no one is probably watching this right now.
Not at the moment, but we'll see. If someone stumbles upon it, they'll be treated to stuff that we would normally edit out of this show. So it'll be exciting.
Oh, gosh. They're probably like, I'm glad now I see why they edit stuff out. They're terrible.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to make us look like better podcasters. Like better, more diligent podcasters when people see that actually we are cutting out the disastrousness of the things that we normally say. So really, this can be nothing but good for us.
That's true. You can go nowhere but up from here.
Yeah. So what have you been doing with yourself this past week or so, Laddie?
I started taking boxing classes.
What? Boxing? Okay, is this like for self-defense?
So it's always been, I've always thought it sounded really fun and kind of cool to like box. But I've always just been really like self-conscious about going, and I never know like where do you even go for that? I don't want to go to like some like legit boxing gym because I'm not like, I don't want to like be in a boxing match. I'm not like going to be Layla Ali by any means.
Okay, fair enough.
So I don't know. So then I found this gym that's like in between my house and where I work, and it seemed like it was kind of like both, like a mixture, like kickboxing and some other stuff. So I was talking to my friend, and she randomly was like, I've always kind of wanted to take a boxing class. I was like, me too. I found this gym. Let's try it. So we've been going this week, and it's freaking hard. Now, mind you, I don't actually work out, really.
Okay,
so
true.
like, I mean, I don't think I've done sit-ups since we had to do them in PE.
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
That's what it's all about.
It's like really hard. So every fiber of my body is in pain.
Yeah.
And it's been like that since Monday. So, but it's really fun. Like, the classes are fun. And like, obviously I know, like, I feel like I'm working out really well. And like, obviously using muscles I've never used. I know that I had. So it's fun. And it kind of makes you feel like a badass, you know, because you got the gloves and you're like, jab, cross, uppercut, what? so it's pretty cool. And like this morning we took a class at like 6:30, which was crazy, but
6:30 boxing at 6:30.
Boxing at 6:30, and then we took kickboxing yesterday, and we're going to take kickboxing again tomorrow.
Does that just mean you also kick? Is that the difference?
Yeah, so kickboxing has little, I guess, I don't know. Okay. What do I know? I like how I was going to try and pretend like I knew. Oh yeah, totally. It's a lot more I'm
like kind of an expert on this now.
And knees, a lot of knee action.
Right, yeah.
But I don't know. So we'll see. So it's been super fun. I think it'll be a good way to kind of get my butt moving a little. So
I know. I always like those kinds of, like, if I'm gonna work out, you know, if that's a thing I have to do, I want it to be something like that where I feel like I'm kicking ass or doing something hardcore, you know, like. That sounds like fun. I want to carry refrigerators around, or like, I don't know, whatever, punch people in the face, something other than being like, I'm running.
Yeah.
Yay.
To nothing. Yeah.
To nothing. There's no end game there. That's the problem for me. So
in this, I can elbow someone in the face. So
yeah,
don't mess with me,
I'm
world.
For that. Yeah, from this point forward, I would not with Kristen. Because she can elbow you in the face.
I can.
That's what's been learned here.
Although that kind of hurt.
Oh no. Was this like, so are you at the, like, 2 days ago sore or whatever? Is that how you are now?
No, well, we went Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. We've gone 3 times this week.
You're not messing around.
Well,
That's like, listen, I'm wicked. Go ahead.
Oh. We got like a 5-day free pass, and so we're trying to utilize all the free days we have
get
to
everything
decide.
in you can.
So we're trying to decide if we're gonna like join up or not, you know?
Sure. No, that makes sense. I was just gonna say I'm wicked into boxing right now because I've been, as I've mentioned, I think the last 2 weeks, maybe only one, but either way, that I've been watching Ray Donovan so much, and they like own a boxing gym called Fight Club, I think, but it's like FITE. And I'm like, now the thing is, I still couldn't really watch boxing because I don't like watching people hit each other. But in theory, I'm into boxing. I'm into the kind of boxing where I don't actually see anything happen, but I like the idea.
Yeah. I like the training, like the idea of training, like on the punch, on the bag, and
it's the coolest thing.
Footwork. You gotta have your hands up, elbows in.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, all that action. Like I can get down with that. I would like to float like a butterfly and theoretically sting like a bee. I don't do either. I neither float nor sting at this point in my existence. So, you know, it's on the list. So you'll have to tell me what you think of it, and then maybe one of these days I'll
for sure.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna train me?
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm almost to the point where I should be training someone. I've taken 3 classes, so I'm pretty good.
Pretty much an expert.
I'm like just waiting for them to ask me to start teaching class.
You're about to start your own branch of boxing at this point.
True.
Like, I think that's how far along in this process you are. So congratulations,
Thank you.
sensei or whatever you call someone in a boxing gym. Do they have a name for like a person who's like the sensei of a boxing
coach?
Gym? Coach? Yeah. Trainer, I guess.
Mick?
I don't know.
Cut me.
That's also on Ray Donovan, the dad. John Voight's name is Mick. So
see,
hey, so it's the Mick. That you can't say someone's the Mick. That's derogatory.
That's super derogatory.
Yeah.
Let's edit that out. Oh wait.
It's too late. It's too late now. It's in forever. This is uncensored fan cave. So there's that. I went to a concert last night.
Hey-o, who'd you see?
I went and saw Bayside, who is one of my favorite bands of all time, also with the Early November and a band called Better Off. I've never heard of Better Off, and they were fine, but the name Better Off kind of bugs me because it feels unfinished.
Like they should say Better Off Dead.
Yeah, like Better Off Dead or Better Off Than something, like Better Than Ezra, like that kind of thing. Like you can't, like Better Off. I just feel like I have questions.
Maybe they're just better off than you.
Maybe that's what they're insinuating. I don't know. They're up on a stage playing rock and roll. I'm sitting around writing papers. So, point taken. But yeah, Early November, I remember I had a couple songs of when I was in high school, but never really listened to them, and they were great. So that was awesome. And Bayside was magical. And after the show, my sister and I were standing outside. She bought me this for a birthday present. She bought me a sweet Bayside. Yeah, she bought me a Bayside sweatshirt there and everything, and it was delightful. We're standing outside, and she's like, I want a cigarette. And she's like, I need to bum a cigarette. So she's asking around. Nobody has one. And there's like this group of people. And I'm like, they look hipstery enough. They probably have a cigarette. And sure enough, they do. But she gets one, and then she calls me over. And I'm like, oh, no, now I have to socialize. We know how I feel about that. But she's like, these people, they design Bayside's T-shirts. I'm like, wait. What? And so like the shirts that my sister and I had just purchased, they designed them, and they own like a screen printing business with the lead singer of Bayside. And I was like, what in the world? What is going on here? And so we're just standing there hanging out with them. They're super chill and all that. And then the lead singer comes out and is like chilling, and I'm like, this is like, he's just right here. And so like I shook his hand, and I was like, listen, you've been writing my life for the past 15 years, so cool, man. And my sister was like, can I take a picture? And I was like, okay, cool. So I took a picture with him, and it was delightful. So that was a really good 30th birthday present right there.
Nice.
Yeah.
You are nailing it already.
Yeah, the roll towards 30 is working very well for me so far. And this weekend we have the annual Civil War reenactment for
Huzzah!
birthday week. Yes, huzzah! There will be tin cups aplenty, and medics and journalists and all that kind of stuff. And it's so fun. So fun. We're going to be doing that, and our normal Dirty Nellies karaoke party. There's just a lot to look forward to. 30 is I feel edging towards it is doing good things for me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm feeling good.
Kick it off with a bang. I kick it off with a bang. I also, this is like a weird life goal, but I have this thing about the fact that I've never gotten a ticket, like a speeding ticket or anything like that. And so I've been driving down to LA and Orange County a lot, and like I see cops and things like that, and I've managed to avoid getting tickets. I really want to be able to say that I made it to 30 without ever getting a speeding ticket.
Okay, well,
yeah,
be careful.
So I got a little more time. September 10th, I can get a ticket, but before then, here we go. We're gonna try not to get one. So wish me luck.
Good luck,
everybody. Wish me luck. Thank you. I appreciate that. Pop culture is happening. Movies are happening.
Yeah. What do we want to do first here?
Shall we? Well, first of all, I think we should address the epic Facebook status.
I should explain why this even came about.
Yeah, I am curious. So let's frame it. Let's frame the conversation.
Okay, so I had posted on Facebook just a status that was saying, I'm going to make an action movie where the lead action woman, so whoever she is, whether or not she's the sidekick or the actual star of the movie, is wearing, I had just said, it's wearing Chuck Taylors.
Yeah.
And then it was the hashtag of no more heels, because I'm sick and tired. I'm sorry. It's like ridiculous to me. So what had happened is I was at my parents' house and my dad was on Netflix, and I legit in my life have never picked a movie as quickly as this man did to watch on a night.
Okay. Wow.
So he just, I wanted to watch this, and he clicks it. I'm like, oh my gosh, we didn't even have a discussion about it, no vote, whatever. So it was this movie called Survivor, and it's Mila Jovovich, and
Okay.
Pierce Brosnan. Dylan McDermott is in it. It's extremely terrible. It's a terrible movie.
With a cast like that, how could that be?
Right? It's just very terrible. So, but, and not just because of this, but the whole movie, she runs around in heels. Okay. Drives a motorcycle to work, but somehow she can wear heels on her motorcycle.
Like,
At
when they
some
show
point-
her on the motorcycle, is she wearing the heels?
Actually, I'm not sure about that. I don't remember that part. All I know is that she rode a motorcycle to work, and then she's now wearing heels, and she didn't have like a bag with her, so I don't know. And okay, and so she's then like running through England, and she like calls her friend because she's been blown up, and everyone thinks it was her fault, and so she calls her friend like, bring me a change of clothes and some money because I'm on the lam, you know?
Right.
And so the friend brings her a change of clothes. Now, either the friend does not bring her shoes, or she brings her another pair of high heels. And now people seem to think that, because they're like boots, but high heels, like that makes
it makes no difference. It's still impossible to walk.
It's still impossible, and you're not going to be running very quickly. Okay,
No.
Your ankle is going to catch on something, and you're falling over. And then every time I watch Criminal Minds, every single one of the female agents is wearing high-heeled boots.
Do they really?
Yes, and it drives me banana pants. I'm like, just
I've
put
never
them in
noticed
some
that.
regular shoes. Put them in
Right.
regular boots. Miss Congeniality, remember, she wears those
Mhm.
ugly ass like Doc Martens, for crying out loud.
That's what I'd be in,
And
dude.
it drives me nuts. And then, and then so I started this thread, and I was like, I'm going to make this. And then people started commenting with like suggestions of what else they would like to see
And
happen.
the suggestions were so good.
Yeah. So, my friend, our friend Katie had commented, she's like, can they also like have messed up hair, because I hate it when they're like driving around a convertible and their hair is like perfect. And I'm like, yes. And also they're throwing their hair up in a messy bun, because when you're running for your life, the last thing you want is like the tendrils
Just like,
here.
just sweating to your face, like in your mouth.
It's like, no,
and, like,
you want it pushed back. You don't want that crap all up in your face.
Mhm.
You want it
Word.
up and off of your neck, because you're sweating because you're running. And if you're running in heels, it would be doubly harder. So anyway, and then my friend Casey had posted, she's like, yeah, and can they have a better superpower than just being invisible? Like, okay, can they have something cool, And then someone else was like, yeah, when they wake up in the morning, can they please have raccoon eyes? It's like, they wake up after like having sex with some hot foreign agent who's about to murder them, but they don't know that yet. Right. And they wake up and it's like their makeup is perfect from the night
flawless.
before. Yeah. I'm like, that's not real life.
Please, no. There's no way. You get that like the lipstick ring where it's like worn off the inside, but you still have it on the edges.
Right? But their makeup is always perfect throughout the whole movie, because they had time to reapply. They haven't pissed this entire movie, but they had time to fix their makeup and hair.
Yeah, right? I was watching something the other day where someone like, you know what it was? It was your freaking Twilight movie. I was watching Breaking Dawn Part 2.
So
and,
terrible.
Like, Bella basically dies in this, right?
Yeah.
And she is like sickly, just
she looks like a
it's
really bad.
I feel like I know where you were going with what you were going to say she looked like, and it was in poor taste, but yes, that's exactly what she looks like. And she is just awful and disgusting. And then like she turns into a vampire or whatever, and it's fine if then she gets like revitalized and her skin's fresh or whatever, but she's also got a full face of makeup on when she wakes up. Like entire face of clear makeup, like bronzer.
Well, what's happened too is like as her like bones are stopped being broken, as her hair is starting to get like all of these things, as that's happening, they're like scanning up on her face, and it's like it magically appears. And I'm like,
wait,
what's happening here?
I feel like I don't understand vampires. Like, is this part of it? Like, it's like they all sparkle and they also come with a face of makeup. Like, that's now what they look like.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Like, when you turn into a vampire, you just perpetually have makeup.
Yeah.
Which would be kind of awesome. As long as you never want to change your look. You get one look. That's it. By the way, that movie
is terrible. I love it so much.
It's so bad.
I love it. I can't handle how much I love it. It's so bad. I love it. Anyway, but so anyway, and that was point. And then actually it was Jerry. I forgotten Jerry's. Jerry said, can they also get paid the same amount as the male action hero as well? And I was like, yes, because we're going to save a bunch of money for not having to buy designer shoes.
Yes, right? So all that you would have spent on your Louboutins or whatever
Yeah.
now can be paid towards a living wage towards the female action hero.
Yeah.
I'm for this, Kristen. I think it was genius and good job, all of the people who jumped in on that thread because I was dying laughing at it. I was like, yes, all of this.
Come
Every
on.
single one of these things.
Oh,
I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's so hard to walk in heels that someone actually congratulated me when they watched Geeks Who Drink for not falling over walking from like one part of the stage to the other. That's
right?
how girls feel about heels. Like we're like, we know you managed to make it like 60 feet without falling over. Good
Yeah.
job. Nobody is running around like Bryce Dallas Howard in Jurassic World.
Because here's the thing, your feet are really sweaty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So your feet are
And they slip off.
They slip out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just not. So that's why I feel like they put them in the high-heeled boots to make it be like, oh look, but they're boots.
No,
I'm like,
they're in it.
but
They're hooked
there's
in.
also a 3-inch heel on said boots.
It's
So
just
I'm gonna
really
go
hard.
with no on that.
It's just really difficult, you guys. The struggle is
Gosh.
for real. You
It's
know,
for real.
I would say like, and they should not even be Chuck Taylors. I mean, if we're trying to be fashionable, okay, Chuck Taylors, whatever. But really, they should have a pair of Reeboks on or something.
It should
or
be
some
like
Nikes.
New Balance
Yeah, some New Balance shoes with orthotic
with inserts.
Yeah, some what are those Gelin things?
Yeah, Magellan. No wait.
I was gonna say Magellan too, but that's not what they're called.
Dr. Schultz. But they say I'm gelling like Magellan. That's what I was thinking.
That's an ineffective ad campaign because all we remember is things that rhyme with Gelin. I was sitting here like, what could they be called that rhymes with Gelin? Magellan, Felon. I don't know. Sorry, Dr. Scholl and your shoe empire. But they should be in.
True, you're right. Technically, they should be some kind of supportive. Right. Although, if you think about it, male action heroes are often wearing unsensible.
Like
they're not wearing. Yeah, they're also not wearing like running shoes. They're wearing like heavy steel-toed boots. And I'm like, I'm sorry, did you just come from like logging somewhere? No, like
why would you be wearing that? No, it makes no sense.
Put on some light shoes. You got to be light on your feet. The bad guys are going to hear you clomping around.
Seriously, action movies in general, you need to get your footwear straight. I think that's really what we've.
It's honestly one of my biggest pet peeves about. I love action. Everyone knows this. I love action movies with all of my heart. But
get it together.
Get it together, people. And also TV shows in which you have female agents. And I love Criminal Minds because the female agents are just as badass as the male agents in this show. Okay?
Right. Yeah. Oh, 100%.
100%. And so JJ is like, what? I'm JJ. I'm so cool. But in this freaking episode, she was wearing these huge heels. And I'm like,
that's crazy.
You're always chasing people. How is this?
Yeah.
How is that?
And you know you're going to do it. It's not like like this Mila Jovovich thing. It sounds like she's surprised to find herself in this situation. And maybe her friend just has poor choices. Like, oh, you can't be on the lam but not be fashionable.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But like on Criminal Minds, they're not surprised that they have to chase down bad guys.
Their
this
job
is part of their normal job.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. So, I'll give you that. So, yeah, sometimes they are kind of caught off guard. But even there's tons of movies when it's like the person's a spy. They're super expert in blending in. I'm like, okay, they're so an expert at blending in that they don't think to have a go bag that's got tennis shoes in it. Like, come on, people.
Listen, like you can blend in and not wear heels. I do not wear heels. And I feel like I look like a normal everyday person.
Yeah, I look normal.
Yeah, I've never had anyone question my allegiance. Like, oh, are you a spy? Because you're not wearing heels.
That's
a very spyish tendency that you have there.
Yeah. Ugh.
So there's that. That's the thing.
So that's my rant. That's my rant for today.
Good. Yeah. No, it's solid. I felt like we really needed to address that. But let's talk about like movies, real movies that exist as opposed to
real movies.
Action heroes that we will make someday. It's on our list. We keep adding to the Fancave Productions. That's our company.
Yep.
Be full of things.
We're gonna come out with a book.
It's where we'll have our lady who doesn't wear heels. She's just gonna be like really sensible, like maybe wearing like soccer shorts. And
those running shorts that have the built-in underwear.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like let's just save all the time. Like if because in our movie, she is gonna have to piss every now and then. She's gonna be like, okay, hold up.
Yeah.
Just let me run in here.
Like in the movie, she's gonna eat. She's gonna stop and get something to eat.
Right? Yeah, she's gonna be like, pull through
Definitely downing
McDonald's real quick.
She's grabbing a beer at some point because this day is so stressful.
Yeah, like this is, she's gonna get one of those wine juice boxes and drink it in the car.
Yeah, and she's gonna have like a Nalgene bottle that she carries with her because she's got to hydrate after all the running.
You guys, I think there's a demand. This
This
may
also
seem
might
ridiculous,
be the most boring action movie.
like when they have to go through all of the practical like things of the day, like
she's
their
like,
insurance.
I can't get my period now.
Yeah, no. The insurance company calls, just like deal with it real quick. Like, oh my God,
Do you have any idea how much public damage you've done? I know, dude. I'm sorry.
I know.
I will fill out forms 83B and 76C through T when I get home.
Yeah. I just don't have the time at the moment. All right. Yeah. So that's our movie. That's happening. Macbeth is a movie.
Good. Macbeth
is
a movie.
It's an intense movie.
Looks intense. I've actually never read Macbeth.
Have you ever seen it?
No,
or anything?
I haven't read or seen Macbeth.
Oh, okay.
I know this is one of the tragedy ones, and I think Macbeth is kind of I know Lady Macbeth is like crazy pants, right?
Super crazy pants.
Okay, so and that's Marion Cotillard. How do you say her last name?
Cotillard. Yeah, that's happening.
Michael Fassbender is just so cool.
So cool.
I just like him a lot. I just watched First Class not too long ago.
I just love that movie.
He's just so great. And I own the creepy Jane Eyre with Mia Wasikowska.
I keep meaning to watch that. Now it's on Netflix. It wasn't for a long time.
I'm not kidding you. They put it on Netflix legitimately 1 week after I bought it. Because I'm like, I want to watch this movie. I'm like, I'm just going to buy it. It's pretty cheap. It was like at Target or something. I'm like, I'm just going to buy it. And I get home and on Amazon, they're like, oh, now Jane Eyre. I'm like, of course. Anyway, but you should watch it. It's really good. And he's so great. Oh, he's so great. And Jamie Bell is in it. Oh.
There's what drew you in. Yeah, I feel like Michael Fassbender a couple of years ago was really everywhere. It was like Michael Fassbender peak saturation, and then I've kind of missed him. I feel like he hasn't been in a ton lately. And so when I saw that this Macbeth trailer was up, I was like, dude, we get a little Fassbender action. It has been way too long. So I'm stoked on it. But it's just a really intense trailer that also I feel like, so having never read or seen it, do you get anything about the plot from this trailer?
It seems to me that it looks like he maybe kills his dad, or at least someone who was in power. And I think the Lady Macbeth's like, you should kill this guy so that you can maybe take over. And then something spirals, and there seems to be a lot of war happening. And he's got paint. But he has a crown. When he's all cleaned up with his crown, I'm like, oh,
hey.
hello.
Hey.
And I like the chanting that's going on, and the Hail Macbeth. That whole thing is cool. I'm into it.
Similar in tone. Did you see Coriolanus a few years ago?
Oh, no, I wanted to. So.
It has a similar feeling of tone in that this really ramped up action version of Shakespeare and military might and all of that kind of stuff. Just taking these things and putting them in perspective.
Yeah, I feel like on some of these Shakespeare would be like, I wish I could have done that.
Yeah, that would have been.
That's
awesome.
what I wanted to do with this play.
Right.
I can only do so much.
Yeah. He didn't know this is what he wanted, but had he been able to, if he had a time machine.
I know. I really wish I could sit down with him and watch some of these interpretations of his plays and be like, what do you think of it? Okay, what about this one?
Did they get this right? Is that what
We're going to watch the Joss Whedon Much Ado About Nothing, and you try to tell me this isn't better than anything you put on.
Right. Nobody you've ever seen has done this better than this right now. Frank Kranz, right? Am I right? Frank Kranz. He's so great. He's so great. I love it.
Remember the
this desk? We're a time desk. Amazing. Sorry about the coughing.
It's okay. But anyway, so Macbeth is coming out. Super awesome. We'll link to that trailer. Another trailer that's coming out is called The Final Girls.
Oh, yes. I'm excited about this one. I don't know how you feel about it.
Yeah, I wasn't super. I actually saw that it was coming. I saw something for it on IMDb, and I was reading the synopsis, and I was like, yeah, no. And then you sent me the trailer. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll watch it. And I was like,
you have to watch it. I watched it. I I saw the trailer when it came out like a week ago, and then I just watched it again to refresh my memory so we could talk about it with my sister. My sister hates horror movies more than anything in the world. She was like, I'd watch that. Like, yeah. So basically, I mean, in this film, there's a girl played by Thaisa Farmiga who her mother was like an actress in a horror movie, and her mother has died, and she goes to see like an anniversary screening of this film, and she's like, well, at least I get to see my mom on the big screen, all this. Something happens, there's a fire, craziness, all of this, and her friends end up transported into the film. And the whole thing is about being like the final girl who beats the murderer or whatever, and they have to try to survive by following the rules, kind of like Scream. You know?
Right.
It's like there's certain things you can't say and do in order to be the person who survives this film. And so they're all trying to do that, and she gets to like see her mom in the movie, and I don't know. I was like, it looks like it's just the right amount of like delightfully touching in that like relational way, but also just ridiculous and bonkers. Right. And yeah. I love horror, so it's also clearly up my alley in that sense. So I'm excited about that one. Yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. Laddie.
Okay, yeah, let me know. I'm not gonna see that one. So
yeah, no, not so much. I mean, did you see Cabin in the Woods?
No, but you've asked me this multiple times.
Well, listen, we talk about a lot of things. It's hard to keep track.
No, I know. I'm just saying you like constantly ask me, so I feel like you want me to watch it.
I do want you to watch it. That's
well, I'm not gonna watch it.
You're reading me correctly, Kristen.
I'm not gonna watch it by myself.
Okay, that's fair. We are gonna watch Mad Max this weekend, though, right?
Oh my gosh, we are, because I pre-ordered my copy and the mailman delivered it like before 8 a.m. to my house. It was very exciting.
What?
Yeah,
it's like he knew.
It was like he knew.
Like, I like to imagine he actually delivered. It was like a war boy came to your door and delivered it there. He's like sprayed himself like with chrome. Yeah, he was like,
and he had his steering wheel in his hand.
Yeah. Yes. Did you see the this week at PAX? They had Mad Max Ubers.
I did. Your husband posted something about that, I think.
He did. Yes.
Yeah.
This is true. Yeah, they had Ubers with like war boys all painted up and all that kind of stuff in it and hanging out the windows. And you could ride on them for free.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But I can't imagine what it would be like. I think I'd be terrified.
Yeah, I think so. I was a little put off by them.
Yeah. I don't think I'd be able to get in.
So
yeah, it's like when you're walking down Hollywood Boulevard and you're like, oh, look at that person dressed as Batman, and then they look at you and you're like, no, run away. That's how I feel about the
or it's like a Hello Kitty, but it's slightly off, you know, right. And you're like, it's like those commercials that was like, you know, almost your pharmacist, or kind of your pharmacist, and you're really your pharmacist, and it's whatever, like Walter White making. You know, that's what I feel like when I see those things. I'm like, it makes me uneasy.
Yeah, I don't feel good about it.
It's like a changeling, like someone's taken it over, and it's not quite how it should be.
I don't like it. So I wonder what, like, if you got into one of those Ubers, if they like yell at you the whole time, or like if it's just super amped up. Because that's my other thing is if it's like really amped up, I would just be very stressed out. Like, are you driving safely? Are we okay? We're gonna make it to our destination. But I do like the idea that this was a thing that existed. That theoretically, had I been in Seattle last week, I could have ridden in an Uber with war boys.
Yeah,
I'm for that. You know.
Right. By the way, sorry, I just texted my phone and Brienne texted me and says, it's because vampires have to be alluring.
That's not a reason, Brie. That is not a reason. BT Dubs, shout out to Cameron, too, who has alerted us to the fact that he's watching this. If you're watching and you want to comment on the Facebook or the Tweety or whatever and tell us that you're watching, feel free. Because I can see we do have viewers on here. I don't know who y'all are, but apparently Brie and Cam are amongst us.
The viewers.
Amongst the viewers. So what else did we have?
Well, we gotta get into our Tom Hardy news. I think we
gotta get into Tom Hardy. We're like on the verge of Tom Hardy corner.
I almost wrote you that. I was like, do we need to make a graphic for Tom Hardy corner? But I feel like it would have to be it had to be like him just like staring at you. And it would be like
it's
no like, fun graphic.
Exactly. Just him like maybe grunting.
Yeah.
It's Tom Hardy corner. Exactly. Yeah, no, you're totally right. But we talk about Tom Hardy so much in our personal lives, you guys. Like on the fan cave, we may seem to have a passing interest in Tom Hardy, but in real life, it's like constant.
It's like a problem. Well, and it was funny because Duncan actually just recently, because he posted a picture that his copy of Mad Max had come in the mail, and so then I commented like, I got mine too. And so then he said, you guys really need to do a Tom Hardy appreciation episode. And I'm like, I know. And then I copied him to this link that our, you guys know, Alex Blakey.
Yes.
She had sent us this link, and it was from Tumblr. And it was somebody on the set of Mad Max saying how they're filming. I think it was the redheaded wife.
It was, because it was the one who's Elvis's granddaughter or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Riley Keough.
Yeah, so she's like saying, we had just wrapped for the day. We're in the middle of the desert. It's freaking hot. We hate our lives. Everyone's kind of grumpy. She's like, and all of a sudden we hear like music, loud music, and where everyone's like, what the heck? Like, we're in the desert. And this guy comes like,
it was Bob Marley, right?
Yeah. Bob Marley. This guy comes cruising up with a huge stereo blasting Bob Marley. And Tom Hardy had hired some guy to bring them ice cream in the middle of the desert. And I'm like, just dying at him because I think he's just so wonderful.
Because he's a magical unicorn, I believe.
That is what I called him. He is, because he does things, like that. Exhibit A, getting ice cream delivered to the crew of Mad Max in the middle of the desert by a guy on a bike.
By a guy on a bike blasting.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, oh my God.
Second, Legend is coming out. And I think we've already mentioned we're excited about this movie because it's Tom Hardy times 2.
Double.
Tom Hardys.
I don't think I can prepare.
I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to go in and watch it.
And if we die, so be it. From all the Tom Hardy exposure.
What a way to go.
What a way to go. I'm for it.
If it wasn't endearing enough, his date that he brought to the premiere of Legend was his dog.
His dog.
Who is some kind of
dog model?
Dog. I don't know. He's adorable, though. Do you see this, like, amulet he has on him around his neck? And he's wearing, like, a bow.
Anyway, use of amulet, by the way. I feel like that's a word we don't use enough.
It's not.
I
feel like it's underused.
It's like an "Are you afraid of the dark" term, you know?
Kind of, yeah.
Amulet. Anyways.
Right? Well, anyway, and also in this, he's got his dog off leash in this picture. So first of all, Tom Hardy's standing there, hands in his pockets, as cool as can be, like, what? You don't bring your dog to movie premieres? What's wrong with you? You know? And it's just the most glorious.
Dog is standing there in like the same
position.
They just look so cool together.
The writer of this Vanity Fair article was like, if this dog had pockets, he would be standing exactly like Tom Hardy is. Like, what? Like, yeah, I'm totally used to this. I don't mind a million people screaming and flashing lights at me. Like, this is my life.
It's so good.
Tom Hardy, the Instagram that we talk about, Tom Hardy holding dogs, which is probably my favorite Instagram account ever created.
It's the best one.
Is a picture from the premiere where Tom Hardy's like taking a selfie with the with the people in the crowd, and his dog is like jumping up on him, and it's like, oh, when you're trying to take a selfie and Bay's trying to get in the picture, and I'm like, I can't handle it. He's so wonderful. Oh, he's so wonderful.
Amazing. No, and I hadn't noticed it. It was pointed out in this that apparently he did the whole like press tour for The Drop with the dog from The Drop as his date to the premieres too. Yeah. And I was like.
Well, and then I was reading he took the dog and her like doubles home with him every night.
What? Are you kidding me? Tom Hardy, stop.
Tom Hardy, we just love you so much.
You gotta stop, man. You gotta slow down the Tom Hardiness because we can't
handle it. The world can't handle how adorable you are. Yeah. Anyway, and then the best part about this article was, so he goes on and it's like, talking about how he's always been very outspoken about dogs and all this thing, and then he's also spoken out apparently about sadistic poodle owners who give their pets hideous haircuts. And it's like, he goes on, he's like, did anybody ask? It's like, why did they do that to this dog? It's like, it's just a dog. It's like, why didn't anybody ask the dog? Like, what kind of haircut he wanted? It's just
wonderful.
So great. And then at the end of the article, they posted a couple more pictures. It's like, what is it? And it's like Hardy's co-star Emily Browning, who looks like she's never seen a dog in a Hollywood premiere before. Like, come on, Emily Browning.
Come on, Emily, please.
It's just so good. Yeah, it was good.
One of the more delightful news stories I've seen in a while. And It's nice to have those every now and then.
Totally.
Anything Tom Hardy related is usually good, including the fact that apparently Tom Hardy is maybe the front runner for the next Bond.
Allegedly.
According to Variety and various things. I saw it was trending on Twitter earlier. There's been a little bit of shakeup just in general about the whole Bond thing.
There has.
This is a little bit of a bittersweet note to mention that Tom Hardy is apparently in the running, because of course Tom Hardy would be amazing. But the author of the Bond books, like the recent Bond books, obviously not Ian Fleming, because he's been dead for like a billion years or something, right? Sure. I don't know how long he's been dead, but I think
let's go with a billion. That sounds about
I'm rounding to the nearest 10.
You're rounding to the nearest billion. So.
Yeah. But this guy came out and he was talking about Idris Elba, because everyone knows Idris Elba is who everybody has been talking about wanting as James Bond. And he was like, it's not a color thing not wanting Idris Elba as James Bond, but he's just too street. Okay. It's at best, this statement comes across as classist, if not racist. Like, keeping in mind that, like, street is just, it's like saying hood, you know?
That's what I'm saying. I was like, right, but you would never have called, I'm trying to think of someone who's like a little rough around the edges.
Well, Tom Hardy. Think about Tom Hardy.
Like, you would never have said Tom Hardy's too street to play. Yeah. Also, Tom Hardy's a little too rough around the edges to also play him.
Exactly. That's my thought, is I'm like, then you get Tom Hardy as your potential frontrunner for this. And I'm like, he is way more street than Idris Elba, who, like, most of the time you see wearing a suit like he just walked out of a GQ spread and is like super suave and cool all the time. And then Tom Hardy is like covered in tattoos and taking MySpace photos and
95% of the time.
He really does. I'm like, that is street if we're going with a non-color version of what street
because
is.
He looks like he lives on a street.
Literally on it.
It.
Like he is the guy in the box at the end of your street. That's Tom Hardy.
And so and so that was, to me, a little bit surprising. And then the article listed some other names because they're like, oh, Tom Hardy. I'm like, and then at first I'm like, oh, of course, Tom Hardy. And then the more I thought, I'm like, but all I can see is like Mad Max Tom Hardy, who's like a hot mess. And then I think because the most recent thing I'd seen with him in that before was Lawless, where he's also like a hick from the backwoods of like Tennessee or Kentucky or whatever. So I'm like, none of this is real. I'm like, but you're right. And then I'm thinking about Idris Elba, and I'm like, he's always impeccably dressed.
Right, exactly. And being smooth and cool, and like, I don't know. It was one of those things. And I will say, a lot of people are rejecting the apology the guy gave, but I think he apologized in the vein that you and I love when people apologize, where they're like, you know what? Yeah, that was a stupid thing I said, you know? Yeah. And that's basically what he was like, I didn't mean to cause offense. It was, you know, like, now that I think about it, that was a terrible choice of words.
Right.
I was thinking about Idris Elba as DCI Luther in Luther, and that's why I said that. But in hindsight, no, bad word choice.
Right.
You know, but yeah, it caused quite a stir when they said that. So that's why now, like, with the Tom Hardy thing, I'm like, I'm for it. I will watch that movie. Totally. Clearly. But at the same time, you're like, when you parallel this whole street thing.
Totally. And I'm like, yeah. I just thought it was funny that the next name they throw out was like, it was just so funny. And of all the people, I'm like, if we're looking for someone who's like supposed to be suave, I could think of like 8 other Englishmen, you know, and most of them were not even on that list. Like, I would actually give you Henry Cavill. He would be great.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I think Tom Hiddleston could pull it off, but I do just love Tom Hiddleston. So
what obviously, can't he pull off? I mean,
Michael Fassbender, he could do it. He's pretty suave.
Yeah, no, definitely. All of these people. I mean, this is coming from our like American perspective, though. We're like, he has a British accent. He could do it.
So true. Is he even
fulfills all of my Bond requirements? British accent.
He's attractive and has a British accent.
Suit from time to time. Yeah, that's the Bond we need. So I don't know. We'll see. But
if not, Idris can be in our lady action hero movie, and he can wear sensible shoes and a suit. And
we're here for you, Idris. We've got you covered.
And Tom Hardy will actually live in a box, and the lady action hero will run by him, and he'll be like, hey, he'll just grunt at her, and she runs.
He's gonna grunt sick his dog on her or something.
Woodstock can be in the movie, and he'll just yelp at people.
Woodstock is clearly in whatever movie we make, even if Tom Hardy isn't. We're gonna have him just on set.
We're just gonna ask Tom Hardy if his dog can be in our movie.
Yeah, it's like how we're gonna invite Daniel Radcliffe's girlfriend to karaoke with us. We're gonna have Daniel Radcliffe's girlfriend and Tom Hardy's dog, and we're just gonna have a really, really good party.
Really great time.
Yeah, it's gonna
Speaking of which, I need to invite her to your birthday. I keep forgetting. I know,
but you've been dropping the ball on this, Kristen, and now my party is gonna be ruined because she won't be there. So thanks for that.
No problem. I'm sorry.
Well, anyway, so that's it. There's a lot of things around the internet that have been going on this week. I mean, it's been an internet-y week.
It has been.
I tell you. Por ejemplo, Taylor Swift.
Oh, Taylor Swift.
I
love-hate relationship with Taylor Swift.
Right, it's the worst because I want to like her just based on our general philosophy towards females in the arts and whatnot, and liking other women and supporting other women, but she makes it so freaking hard.
I want to like her because I've loved all of her. I've loved her since before she was like, I saw her. She opened for Brad Paisley in like 2005 or something. Did
I tell you, by the way, just as a side note, did I tell you that apparently Brad Paisley is a regular at my comic book store?
What?
Yeah, right. That's a thing. This took me like 20 minutes of trying to figure out who the heck Mac was talking about one day because he doesn't know any country singers.
Oh, that guy is on my...
First,
he doesn't invite me to his murder mystery party.
I know, Mac.
Second,
Brad Paisley,
who I also have a love-hate relationship with because he was so good. His first like 3 albums were awesome, and now they just are. And now I don't like any of them.
It's like Heather just sent the creepiest message to us. Did you see it?
No.
It's delightful. She said, "I am watching you so hard right now. Does it feel weird?" It does now, Feb.
It does now, Heather. It does now.
Yeah. I can feel you. Yeah. Also, Sean wants to know where your tequila is this time.
I don't got it with me today. It's over. I do have some, but I'm not drinking it today. I'm just drinking water today. I got to rehydrate after all of the boxing.
Yeah. Listen, if we had known we were going to do this live broadcast, we maybe would have drank up a little for you.
Yeah. I wasn't aware. We thought we were going to be doing this old school. So
yeah, this was spontaneous. Also, Lauren says the amulets only lead to evil curses and body switch fan fiction. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Tom Hardy's dog is something else.
It's a familiar.
I don't know what that means.
Like witches have familiars. They're like their spirit animal type thing.
Oh, they're called familiars?
I think I didn't make that up. I don't know if I made
that up.
Where's
that term from? Why do you know so much about witchcraft in there?
Okay, slow your roll, Twilight. Calm down. I don't know. I could be making this up, but I feel like it's a thing. So
we do make up most
Lauren,
of our
if you're
facts.
Still watching? Yeah, Lauren, if you're still watching, is a familiar a thing, or did I just make it up? I don't know. Anyways, what were we talking about? We were talking about
love-hate relationships. My point is that we need to go back here. So the point was that I love Taylor Swift, and I've always loved her, and I just think her music is fun, and I always thought she was so fun. But lately, she's been making me annoyed. So. Yeah.
It's a problem. So she made this music video. In fairness, I actually won't pin this one on her because she's a child and she does what people tell her. But she made this music video.
I don't think she does. I don't think she does.
Well, okay, maybe not.
I think she calls her own shots.
Maybe. I will say that at least I put a lot of the fault on like the director and everything because of his response afterwards.
Well, his response is pretty douchey.
So she makes this music video that's like colonial Africa love story with what's his face?
Scott Eastwood.
Who looks exactly like baby Clint Eastwood.
And he's like looking into the sun. He's just like so pretty.
He's really
so it's like distracting. So I honestly didn't even pay attention to the music video because I was so entranced by him.
Oh, hey, what up, Scotty? You can
get
it.
I kind of want to buy The Longest Ride. I don't really want to watch it.
Don't do it.
But I think I might.
Hold the DVD case and just be like.
Anyway, sorry. So Scott Eastwood is in it, and they play like lovers.
Yeah, and But the point of this, I don't know if you remember, did you ever see this a few years ago, Kristen, when it went around that someone had like a colonial Africa themed wedding?
No.
Okay, this is a
Blake
thing.
Lively? Oh no, she doesn't even tell him South stuff, right?
Oh, Duncan says I used familiar correctly. Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Duncan.
There you go.
All right, so
sorry
it was,
I doubted you.
yes. 1 point over here. Anyway, someone had like a colonial themed wedding that was like people dressed like Taylor is in this thing, and then they had like black people as the server people at the wedding. Yeah, so bad. But so this is a thing that's already like this was viral a few years ago. People already have it in their minds. Listen, colonial Africa is not a thing you just want to be
Also,
like, hey, this is fun.
Read any book about colonial Africa.
Anyone, pick one.
King Leopold's Ghost.
Like, my thing is, okay, if you're gonna make a music video and you have it themed in history, okay, I have to attack the statement afterwards because this is where it really makes it worse. Ignorance is one thing in and of itself, but then he tries to justify this in a million ways. One of which is there's no people of color actively in this video, but they're in the background. And he's like, no, there's some people of color in it, but I don't really zoom in on extras or whatever. It's about Taylor and Scott in this. Okay, whatever. And then he says he didn't feel like it'd be historically accurate to have the black people as main characters in this. So if historical accuracy is a thing that was apparently a goal, then you can't say this whole thing is just like some sort of love story that exists outside of the cultural context that you're trying to emulate. Like, if you thought about it enough to be like, listen, we can't have those black people in the frame because this is a white time. Are you joking?
It's like, if you're trying to make...
You made it more racist.
You
before
can't,
it was ignorant, and now it's
you gotta pick one.
Yeah.
Either it's art,
right, and just divorce it from context.
And it's just, this was our vision, and it's a sweeping, epic love affair.
It's supposed to be pretty. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, which also Taylor's a homewrecker in it, so I'm like, let's not get swept up like this is some beautiful love story. Like, he's a married person. I'm a little sensitive to that. Right.
As we discussed last week.
And that's honestly even just beside the point. Just, I'm saying in general right now, I'm a little sensitive to that whole just like cavalier, like, anyway, I'm getting totally sidetracked because now I totally forgot what I was talking about.
You were talking about this wasn't romantic in the first place.
Oh yeah, okay.
You have to pick one.
You got to pick one. You can't. You can't pick one. You can't justify your art by saying it was historically accurate while dissing the fact that it's not supposed to be historically accurate. It's supposed to be art. And I'm like, you realize what's happening. I just want to make sure because I feel like a little bit of a crazy person.
Yeah. And then on top of it, you have like, he pulls basically the I have black friends.
Yeah, friends.
Is what happens.
And there was an Asian person that worked on it. So
I think the director himself actually is an Asian American.
Oh, okay.
And there's two black women who also worked on the video.
And because if they worked on it, they must have been okay with it also.
Oh my god. It's so bad. I lose words at how deep that hole got. This is the opposite of that great apology we get about the Idris Elba thing. Like, where it's like, oh, you know what? I screwed up. I didn't think about this. Whatever.
Sorry.
Like, this is just like this isn't even doubling down. This is like quintupling down on the racism of this video, where you could let it fly and then the director speaks and you're like, oh no, that was like actively you chose to make a racist music video, knowing the context you elected to do this. It's just, it's so, God, read a book. That's all I'm saying, people. Read a freaking book.
Well, it's a problem because the book he probably read was written by a European talking about how great colonial times were when they lived in Africa.
He's like, yeah, no, we're nailing this. We're totally getting this cultural moment down. It was such a romantic,
beautiful time. I was like, no.
That's that. Anyway,
so that happened.
T-Swift.
Happened on the interwebs.
Stop it.
But in better news, our favorite show. Okay, so here's the thing. A while back, Haley Atwell had tweeted like back on the set, and she like already had her first. Well, she called it an injury. I don't even know if I would call it that. Anyway, the fact is that they're filming the new season of Agent Carter, which obviously we are ecstatic, over the moon about. Today there was a picture of a door that said Chief Sousa on it.
Yeah, that's our man Enver Jokai.
I wasn't going to try and say it because I can't remember how to say it. So Sousa, you guys got promoted, and it is very exciting. Promoted.
It's just, we were so excited that he was even going to be in it, and now like he's moving on up. Like I'm happy for his character.
Oh, I'm love him so much. It's so great, and I think the article person who was writing it, was it on Nerdist actually? I think
it was on Nerdist.
They were saying, they were like, this is interesting because at the end of last season, Chad Michael Murray's Agent Thompson took all of the credit for everything. Yeah. And so it's like, how did this happen? So I'm sure it'll come back. Maybe it won't. Maybe they'll just be, hey, I'm awesome.
Like now he's chief. No, I'm sure they'll explain what happened in the interim that brought him to that. And who knows, maybe Chad Michael Murray's character has some sort of downfall that happened, True. We're going to find out that now he's, joined a commune or something. I don't know. Something's happened.
He's made his own religion with crystals.
Yeah, it's his Andrew Keegan. That's why he's not in LA.
Oh no! Or maybe he stayed in New York, and Sousa got moved out to LA as his promotion deal or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's probably more logical. I feel like if we're being reasonable about what's happened here, it's probably that one. But we're so excited about this, and I just can't wait for it to start. I'm so excited for fall television. The commercials are coming back. Life is happy. I can stop binge watching Showtime things and watch my normal things.
Yeah, it's good times.
It's the most wonderful
time of the year.
Yeah, so that's going on. Good job, Enver.
Good var. I'm like trying to speak whatever. I don't even know what's his name from. What is his name? What is his name?
It's nationality or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, me neither. But I felt like I was trying to say goodbye or good job, in his goodbye, Enver.
Goodbye, Enver. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's kosher. That's whatever.
Sure that's how it goes. And then I just really wanted to share my favorite story.
Oh my gosh.
It's from the internet this week, you guys, because it's so magical.
And this is one where you need to click the link because you
have to see the picture.
You may have already seen it because it was all over the place, but it's so good.
You have to see it. So there's been this story about this hiker who was hiking through Australia, and he found this sheep, and the sheep had overgrown wool. And the picture is so unbelievable because it's been 5 years and the sheep's never been sheared.
Shurned?
Never had his hair shaved.
It's never been shurned.
Never had a haircut. Okay,
never had a haircut. That's a good way to do it.
And it's unbelievable, and it's caused all these problems. He's got blindness in his eye from the wool. He's really heavy. If he'd fallen over, it could have been catastrophic, right? And so then they rescued
catastrophic sheep tipping.
It's they finally cut the sheep, and it was 89 pounds of wool from the sheep. But here is the most pressing thing. I have so many questions. Okay, I don't know a lot about sheep. So if you're watching this and you know something, I would like an answer.
Expert. We want to hear from you.
These questions. Why did he grow so much wool? Would all sheep look like this if somehow they wandered into the wild? Or is it just this type of sheep? Are there actual wild sheep who have crazy wool? Is it a chronic sheep problem? When did sheep start having to be sheared? Or do we just have to keep shearing them because we sheared them in the first place and now their wool grows out of control? So if we stop shearing them, eventually would genetics kick back in and their wool growth would get under control?
That's what I wonder too. I don't understand. Theoretically, there have to be sheep that don't belong to people, right?
Right. And sheep are prone to wander. At least that is what Bible says.
That's what the Bible has taught me. Is they walk away.
They just wander around. and get lost. So this cannot be the only lost sheep out there.
And are they all just hairy?
Or maybe they've all tipped over and been
They've all tipped over and died.
Never seen them. It's like he's standing on a cliff looking majestic, and that wool gets caught in the jet stream, and he just gets carried over. I don't know.
Because this is like, if you think about it, there's the animals that are domesticated always have things like we have to clip their nails, right? But in the real life, they would like scratch it on something, and we wouldn't have to do that. What is the sheep's natural haircut?
Yeah,
that's my question. How do they do? Why do they not shed? Yeah. You know, that's what my rabbit does. Why doesn't a sheep shed? This is so confusing. It's trouble. It's mentally troubling.
I can't get over it. And I'm like, where do I even start with my sheep like research? I guess I just Google, why do we shear sheep? I don't know. I mean, I just have so many questions. I need to take like an agriculture class about sheep.
Right. Join 4-H or something. You know.
I want to join the 4-H, the sheep division of 4-H.
My favorite, go ahead.
Nothing. I'm just so baffled by this entire thing.
Well, my favorite thing too is the stories that framed it as like this sheep being rebellious and intentionally not getting its haircut. Like this sheep hated getting its haircut so much that it basically did like the thing kids do where they put like a knapsack on a stick and go hide across the street. Like that's what I'm picturing. This sheep was like, enough. You will miss me when I'm gone, and you will never do this to me again. And it just pieced out and sat in this cave and was like, well,
he's like been sitting under his tree like Buddha, like pondering the meaning of life all of these years.
It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. Like, why didn't it go home? Why
didn't anybody go looking for it? Why? How has it only now been seen by a hiker in this state?
Because the Bible tells me that I should leave the 99 to go find that one sheep. So, hey, sheep herd, you are not doing your job.
Poor Chris has been wandering. Also, the sheep's name is Chris. You missed that part of the story. I don't think we said that.
So good.
It's like that one time when I named my owl Ethan. It's like, what?
Or our dear friend Brienne, whose cat's name is Kyle, which never stops being funny, ever. Yeah, it's like the cat will wander out of its room, and I'll be like, out of her bedroom, and I'll be like, oh, hey, Kyle. That's so ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
There's that. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, poor Melanie is at work and can't listen to us right now. Lauren also confirmed that familiars are a thing that's like a spirit animal, but a little more creepy. And then she also adds, except that Alanis Morissette is my spirit animal, which has been pointed out to me is a bit creepy.
Yeah, super creepy.
Having humans as spirit animals is probably like in general kind of a creepy thing to do, you know?
Yeah.
Like they're busy being their own spirit.
Yeah, that's true. I think characters are good spirit animals.
Characters are spirit. I go with Patronus. Patronus is usually my thing.
Patronus. Yeah.
Send them on out, do my bidding and whatnot. And Lauren's cat's name is Owen.
That's right. I did know that. I was like, wait, I was actually trying to think. I'm like, I feel like I have another friend who is, and my friend Kelly's dog is named Lauren.
It's just so ridiculous. I love that.
And my friend growing up's dog's name was Rachel. I love dogs with normal people names.
Normal people names.
It's like
not funny people names.
Oh, I have a friend, named Tom. Oh, that's funny. That's my dog's name.
Yeah.
That's like a person name.
It never stops being amusing to me. So it's Chris.
Yeah, Chris the sheep.
Chris the sheep with too much hair. You guys, please go to the blog and click on the link because it will make your day better. It's just so great. Next time we live whatever we're doing here. Livecast, I guess. I'll have to be posting the links as we go. Be more prepared next time. LOL.
I'm looking at the sheep right now. It's so good.
It's just hair.
It's so much. Like, how did he even eat or walk?
Yeah. Well, apparently it didn't. It just
Oh, and the other thing, remember, it had so much pee stuck to the fur that it got some kind of infection or something.
That's less funny. It's just terrible. Poor Chris. Oh, Chris, we feel for
you. What I appreciated about it is, unlike in action movies where they just shy away from those terrible things, it's like, don't know what? We're not shying away. Chris has a urine problem because of the fur.
We need to talk about Chris.
We need to talk about Chris.
Yeah, this is real, you guys. This is what happens if you don't get a haircut.
Oh my God.
I guess. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. There's a moral to this story,
There's
I think. I'm just not sure what it is.
Yeah.
It's a prodigal son. I don't know. It's happening.
Just accept your children for the way they are so they don't wander off and become woolly sheep.
That's it. That's it. That's the message. We figured it out. Yay!
Also, we're going to start naming our children like pet names. No, pet names.
Okay. Pet names like Fido and
Spot.
What else are pets? Spot, Rover. This is my child, Rover Von. Rover Lateral.
Oh, Rover.
Yeah. That's a good one. I'm trying to think of like what pet names are in general. Gaucho. Mr. Gaucho. Gaucho's first name is Mr., if that helps.
There you go.
Mr. Gaucho's his middle name. So there you go. What else do we have here?
Then we have more, I don't know, just more, J.K. Rowling. I didn't even read this until you posted it because I'm like, I don't click on her stuff anymore when she talks about more Harry Potter things. This was cute though. I'll give you this one. So she ended up letting us know what house Harry's son James got sorted into. So if you remember at the end of Deathly Hallows, there's like a little epilogue where
the worst.
Like, yeah, I liked it. I'm a sucker for those types of things, so I thought it was kind of cute. Anyway, so they are they're seeing their kids off to school, and his little son is all worried. What if I get sorted into Slytherin? And Harry's like, well, if it really means that much to you, what? What's happening?
I'll address it. Continue. All right, go ahead. It's a tweet. We got a tweet we received.
Oh no, it wasn't James. It's Albus that's worried about it. Wait, what? Yeah, it's Albus that's worried about it in the movie. So James is the older one. Anyway, the point of this is a lame story. I've completely ruined my entire
getting convoluted.
The point of the story is that James got sorted into Gryffindor. His cousin Teddy is in Hufflepuff and was bummed about it.
Disappointed.
That's the end. I'm sorry. Let's just edit that part out.
It's too late, Kristen. This is already happening.
God.
Well, my thing is though, I sort of reject the epilogue in general. My sister and I were talking about that. My sister's a huge Harry Potter fan, way more than I could ever hope to be. And so she was like, yeah, I wasn't really into all those revelations because I just reject the epilogue. I was like, yeah, I kind of feel that way as well. But it is still cute, just feeding into it, whatever. That's a thing. Heather Feather sent a tweet. It says, I got you a minimally hairy Chris because of your mockery of fluffy Chris. It is a nude gif of Chris Evans with a towel over his junk.
That's from from What's Your Number?
There you go.
I have that movie. Oh, bless you, Heather.
Bless you, Heather. It was like so unexpected. I was just sitting here like checking like, oh, what is people?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi there. That's it. That's the thing.
That's amazing.
I'm getting frowns from the other side of the room. But that was thank you for that, Fev.
Thank you.
That's delightful. So yeah, Harry Potter, James Sirius Potter is now a Gryffindor. Congratulations.
Congratulations, James.
Welcome to the house that I too have been sorted into. Delightful to have you. One last little bit of pop culture happening at the moment. Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert has been kind of delightful lately. Have you been following any Stephen thing? I mean, he's always delightful.
Yeah, I haven't. So this is the first thing that I've seen, and so this commercial did make me just giggle with joy. Yeah. It was so much fun.
So his show starts soon, and so they've been releasing the guests that he's going to have on it, and he did this thing which was amazing a couple weeks ago where he just randomly hosted a show in like middle of nowhere, like Minnesota or North Dakota or Ohio, I don't know, somewhere in like a small town. He took over their local public access show and didn't tell anyone, didn't advertise it. So the only people who would have seen this would have been people who happened to be watching this show that night. And he had, I think it might have been Michigan, because he had Eminem on, and Eminem like seemed confused, like he wasn't sure whether this was a joke or not. Like what
Eminem seems confused every time I see him.
And Stephen Colbert was acting like he didn't know who he was, you know, like he was some up and coming artist and all this. And like Eminem's like not sure whether to play along or whether he's like, does he seriously not know who I am?
Yeah.
And like it was great. It's so fun. And you can watch that on YouTube now. Like, and it took a while for it to get up on YouTube for someone to finally catch on and be like, wait, what? That was Stephen Colbert, and post it. But he also did like a really good interview that was really candid, and I think it was Rolling Stone or something like that, or maybe GQ. He had like a whole cover spread that's amazing too. And this week he came out with he's a voice on Waze now.
Yes.
Waze, WAZE, the app.
Yeah.
Which I once upon a time had Terry Crews set as my voice on Waze, but he was a little too excitable on it, and it was stressful. To be like, turn left. Like, okay, Terry.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's what I liked when he was like, "Oh, traffic jam, man." He's like, "Traffic jam is my least favorite kind of jam." And he's like, "Next to apricot and toe," and I'm like, I was dying.
Yeah, so it's this good commercial, which we linked to on the blog, of Stephen Colbert advertising his voice being on Waze, and he's like fake driving around like green screen with a like steering wheel in his hand, with him as the voice guidance and the silly things that he says if you get his navigation on your Waze app. So, FYI, for those of you who use Waze, certainly I do, this is a thing, and you can have Stephen Colbert direct you to your destinations, and it's delightful. But you need to watch, even if you don't use Waze, watch the commercial, because it's like peak Colbert.
Yeah,
it's so good.
It's so good. It's just it's wonderful. He's just
delightful to watch.
He's a gem.
It's like you broke. Like he's a gem. He's a gem.
He's a gem.
Robot Kristen, meet more. Do we have anything else to discuss, Kristen?
I don't know. I kind of just want to bring it up real quick, is that we just noticed that Bill Nye the Science Guy was on Whose Line Is It Anyway? And was super endearing. So there's this clip. I think this was also on Nerdist, and I was like, what? And so they bring him out, and Wayne Brady does like a rockabilly song about Bill Nye doing a dance, and it is so wonderful. And Bill Nye is dancing, and he's just so wonderful. And he's got his bow tie, and he's just magnificent.
I want him to be like my uncle Bill. He's just such a delightful
it was just
man.
so fun. So if you guys have a chance to check that out, I mean, Whose Line is just, I actually always forget that it's like a thing now again.
Yeah, I forget that they reignited it.
Those guys are so funny.
Yeah, and I appreciate it so much. I feel like with a lot of the other things that are on now where people improvise stuff like at midnight and things like that, you realize how hard it is for them to do this. You know, even people who are professional comedians have a really hard time pulling that off. And so they do such a good job with it on Whose Line. They're consistently so funny. Even when they're bombing, they manage to rescue it in ways that are hilarious. I feel like I need to watch it more. I don't know. Does it stream anywhere?
It's on CW. That's what I could tell, because it kept having the little YouTube video clips kept saying like The Flash in the corner. And I was like, oh, CW.
Yeah, that'll do it. So
you would resurrect it.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. But it's great. Bill Nye
is a gem. He's a gem. He's a gem. A gem. A gem.
Treasure. That is what you are. You're my golden star. Yeah. We needed to end this with a dance break. I should like play music.
Dance off, bro.
That's how we do it. That's how we
take it back.
Yeah. And we'll close out the Fancave and have like a little mini dance party here. For those of you who are still watching, like, what are you even doing here? We're being ridiculous.
If you're still watching, we're sorry.
I know. You're troopers. We've appreciated you sticking by and watching this live. But it is fun. It's fun to get to interact.
Yeah, it's actually really fun.
As we record. This has been entertaining to me. So, at least in our technical difficulties, we have managed to get to like hang a little bit.
Yeah.
know. So thanks a lot for chilling with us, you guys. You're good people. And we're really sorry for all the technical difficulties holding up the fan cave, but we're doing our best to get back in it. Next week, I think Mac will be back. He's going to tell us about some Star Warsy things. So that's good. Also, shout out to Sebastian for drawing an amazing picture for Kristen.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Sebastian, you're my hero. I'm so excited.
Sebastian Kidlechik, Penguins versus Possums. We always need to send the love out to that. That guy is legit and does amazing things.
And he's done me a great service, good sir.
He's done a great service. Indeed. So next week, probably we'll have Mac?
Maybe, if I'm talking to him by then.
Yeah, the If you're over the betrayal.
So just kidding.
The betrayal that has occurred here.
That's okay.
And coming up on, I will be on the Geek Legacy podcast, our Evil Twin podcast this next week. So look out for that. We'll of course link to that action. We'll see how I hold up with those people who know things.
Just remember, just do what we always do. Say it with authority, like we actually know what the answer is, and just see what happens.
Let's see it. See how it plays out. We'll see what happens. Remember to follow us on all the things: iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Twitter, Facebook, yada 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 yada. Rate and review us on stuff. Share us with your friends if you like us. Pass it around. Spread the love. Good stuff. And I feel like I'm missing something. Am I missing something, Chris? Is that everything?
I think that's it.
Okay. Good job, us. So for this week in the Fan Cave, I'm Corrigan Vaughn.
I'm Kristen Latterell.
Peace out, everybody.
Take it easy, kids.
Good.
Well, the thing is, I was trying to stop talking because you were still talking, but then instead of just stopping talking, I just said kids for a long time, which was weird.
It was really cool. Here we go. Ready?
Oh my god, I love this song so much.
Yeah. I hope you're all dancing who are still watching this action. Little Jonas Brothers.
I miss them.
Me too. Joe Jonas was on Hollywood Game Night this week. It was great. Right now, Sean's like, and I can't get you to listen to rap. Uh-oh, I feel like we're about to have a special guest in here.
Where?
There it is.
Oh, Gaucho, you're such a good dancer.
He looks so distraught. He's like, I'm not into it. I'm not into it.
I don't like it. I don't like
grinding.
it. I don't. Whoa.
Gaucho doesn't see nothing wrong with a little bumping and grinding.
No, he doesn't. Oh, gosh. Oh, my.
Okay.
Okay, we're done now. This ended weird. This got weird.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thanks for joining us.